Greetings everybody, my name is Tommy the Keyblade Master and welcome to my channel. I'm doing another audio log rant about some news I saw a few days ago. I'm putting up clips of Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker because I do plan on trying to have this review out by the end of the week before Twilight Princess HD comes out. But what I want to talk about today is the state of Nintendo's handheld gaming device, the 3DS. Now, I love my 3DS XL. I bought the original 3DS on launch day. It didn't do so hot. I've got the 20 free games to prove that it didn't do so hot. But I enjoy my original XL. I haven't tried the new 3DS yet. And if you ever wonder why I don't cover 3DS on my channel, it's because Nintendo does not have a video output on that device, so I could hook it up to a capture device and do reviews on 3DS games. If they did, I would have loved to review Star Fox 64 and Kid Icarus. I do enjoy those games, but that's why I don't. But anyways, it seems like Nintendo is once again projecting a downward forecast for the 3DS, and why does this matter? Well, the Vita definitely proves this, but the 3DS is also kind of showing this, and that is dedicated handheld gaming consoles are going the way of the dodo, unfortunately. And this has been Nintendo's bread and butter for a long time. As far as I know, the only Nintendo console that has been a huge success since the N64 would be the Wii, and that one got mixed reviews from the hardcore fans. The Wii U is a flop. People have considered it to the Virtual Boy. A little bit unfair, but not necessarily untrue. It's sitting at like 12 million sales right now after, 4 years, which is kind of pathetic. So Nintendo has definitely relied on that handheld crowd, and it's starting to go away. So they're going to start experimenting in mobile. And I hope it goes well for them. Nintendo has always made great games, so I don't necessarily see their software lineup on mobile being bad. And I know there's going to be people out there going, well, mobile gaming is not real gaming for X, Y, and Z, and I have to stop you guys right there and really take a look at the app stores and see what games are being made. Yes, there are a lot of crappy games on there. In fact, if these mobile devices were only game-based, they would have crashed harder than the Atari 2600 did in 1983. There is so much crap out there for them. However, because they're not necessarily just gaming devices, they are used for a whole bunch of things, including cell phone use. People are going to always have them in their pocket, and they will want to play a game or two. And because they're download only, a whole bunch of new markets have opened up, including free-to-play or very cheap games. And don't underestimate the profit of that free-to-play market. I've known plenty of people who were smart, rational people. They weren't kids. They were adults with jobs that paid a lot of money. Go and spend $200 or $300 on these free-to-play games. So there's definitely profit out there. And if you don't believe me, Kate Upton's acting abilities may be cheap, but getting her to ride a horse and show her bouncing cleavage, that probably costs a lot of money. And the fact that we see mobile games being advertised by this, we see Arnold Schwarzenegger in a few of these ads, it tells me that these games are definitely making money if they can buy that kind of ad revenue. So it's a real game market out there, people. We have to respect it. Nintendo will probably want in on it. It'll be interesting to see what they do, what these mobile games are like. I'm kind of interested in them myself. So it'll be interesting. It's kind of sad to see the 3DS go. I do enjoy the DS and the 3DS lineup. One of the things that keeps me out of mobile gaming, or I should say the two things that keep me out of mobile gaming, is number one, I'm old-fashioned. I do enjoy having an actual control pad and not a touchscreen to control my characters. And that these devices oftentimes aren't really set up for gaming, so to find a way to extract save files, back them up to another device so I can delete said game is impossible, especially on Apple devices, and that really keeps me in from getting into that market. But nonetheless, it's a huge market, guys, and it's going to need respect, and Nintendo is going to have to get into it sometimes. That said, I see Pokemon being able to get into the smartphone market pretty easy. I see several of the Mario franchises as probably going to get in there easy, so I have no doubt that they will succeed there. Now, another thing Nintendo needs to shore up, though, would be its console sales. And the Wii U kind of bombed, I already said, Virtual Boy. In a lot of ways, that's true. Part of me wonders what would have happened if Nintendo made a console that's as powerful as the Wii U is, threw in just a classic controller and a Wii remote with the setup to play motion games, saying we're going to continue our motion control experiments in games because with the right games, motion controls are fun. I mean, it's not a complete bust. It was a failure if you think you can apply them to every game and be successful, but there are a lot of games that are more fun with the motion controls. So we're going to do that. We're going to make it HD, and we're going to throw in a wireless classic controller for each pack, so game developers and gamers who just want to sit down and play a traditional video game can. We're going to put it up for $250, and it's going to come with a 100 gig hard drive. I don't think it would be selling as well as the Xbox One or the PS4, especially with the Wii U's hardware power, but I think it would have sold more than 12 million by now. It's that really expensive, useless tablet controller. I'm playing through the Wind Waker right now, and so far there's nothing I've played in this HD upgrade of the Wind Waker that goes, oh geez, this second screen is really so useful that I wanted to pay all this extra money for it. I hear that in the Mario Maker, which I don't own. When one of the reasons why I don't own is I don't have enough memory left to download or create stages because Nintendo didn't include a hard drive into the system. But I hear in the Mario Maker video game that it is possible to use that touchscreen and it does it well. But Nintendo could have easily released an app to let me use my tablet for it. So whatever they do with the NX, it needs to be somewhat practical. It's okay to have a gimmick. All the video game consoles nowadays have a gimmick. But it needs to be a smart gimmick, or else it won't work, and it can't be expensive neither to the consumer or to the developer, which is what the Wii U was, and that's why it's bombing. Anyways, this is Tommy the Keyblade Master thanking you for listening. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. I'd love to hear from you. I'm signing out.